Testing. All right. Okay. Alright, so let's get started here on Bitcoin. Bitcoin is currently it had a rally up today. It was up 10% for the day. It's up at $41,315. That's a huge jump from Monday when we went live. 42K is some resistance. Also, the 15-minute Ghana fans are saying we're going to probably have a correction. I would say 40K is probably going to be support. But more lower than that, 37K. I don't see us going below it. I said that a few days ago. Yesterday we went below 37K and then we went right back up. And I do think now 37K will hold as support if 40K does not. That 37K is the lowest point I think I can see Bitcoin going. I don't see us going below that because we're consistently making higher lows and higher highs. And we obviously just made a higher high today, at least if you look in the last few months, the last month or two. So I would say, like I said, a retracement down to 40K is very possible, maybe 37K worst case scenario. What we did do is we touched resistance. If you guys are on my YouTube channel, you can go see that. We had this resistance line here for the last few days now. We touched that, and now we're getting rejected. I do expect us to hold 37K as support, though. I don't see us breaking that. And there's also some support at, well, 36K is more support than 37K, but since we just put in a higher, what was the last low point? Since we just put in a higher low, hold on, let me go. Yeah, I just don't see us going below 37K because I think the last low point was 36.3, so I would expect a higher low above that price. So 37K would be about where I'm expecting Bitcoin to go for a correction before we make another leg higher, because I do think the next leg would be, probably to $44,000. So 37K is worst case scenario, and then 44K is eventually where I see us going here in the next 2 weeks. 2 steps up, 1 step down. That's kind of what's been recently. Let's go to the MACD and see how that's looking on the Bitcoin chart. The 6-hour chart is looking pretty good. The 12-hour chart is getting up there. And the daily chart is getting up there as well. But that daily chart still has a little more room to go on the MACD. And the 3-day chart hasn't even turned bullish yet. So I still think there's a lot more room to go. But smaller time frames probably need to consolidate and correct. And that's why I think Bitcoin could go down 37K before we have another move higher, maybe up to 44K. That's kind of how Bitcoin's looking. If you guys would like to see any other coins, let me know. Let me go look at Jasmine. I talked about Jasmine earlier today. I don't think it looks really good, but with Bitcoin going up, obviously everything's going to go up. We did close the daily candle now below 4 cents at 3.9. I think 3.1 or 3.2 is on the table, especially if Bitcoin does make a small correction back down to $40,000 or $37,000. I think that 3.1 or 3.2 on Jasmine is still on the table. So that's how that's looking. I don't think anything's really bullish with Jasmine. I think downside targets more likely to get hit than upside targets, at least on Jasmine. If it was to have a move to the upside, the 236 fib is at 5.3 cents. And elon 1, with the market moving up, there's not a lot of volume. It's at 10,000, but we did have a move up of 10%, so that was a nice move. We're back in the 20s for elon 1, and I don't know when they're going to launch our marketplace. I'm done trying to guess that, but they did say about 2 days ago, they said we only have 3 more bugs to fix, and then we can launch and then we have to do the audit and test it, and then we can launch the marketplace. So, or at least the minting and the Rocket Dash, and then a week later they'll release the marketplace after they release Rocket Dash. But that's all I know. That's all in their Telegram group. So if you guys want to check that out, feel free to do that. All right, so now I'm open for requests. If you guys want to request any coins, I'll look at them. But I mean, I don't have anything else. I just wanted to go over Bitcoin, Jasmine, and elon 1, and that's really all I wanted to look at. I'm going to Someone, I don't know if, I think someone mentioned DOMI coin, some shit coin on, what's it, on dextools. It's, yeah, I'm going to just delete it because I don't know what that it's about. The volume actually fallen off a cliff. It was in the millions. Now it's at 142,000, so that's a complete dud in my opinion. But yeah. If you guys want to see any other coins, let me know. Otherwise, it's going to be a quick stream, quick Friday stream. We go live every Monday and Friday at 8 p.m. Central Time. So, yeah. Okay. Yep. Elon 1 isn't doing much right now, but like I said, if you guys are just joining, I do see Bitcoin having a correction at least down to 40K. Worst case scenario, 37K, where we would make. I mean, if we went down to 37K as a low, that would still be a higher low because our last low was 36.3, which we had 2 or 3 days ago. So a higher low would be 37K would be a higher low. I don't see us going below 37K. And then if 37K was the bottom here in a few days, then I would expect to see another move up above 42K, maybe to 43 or 44K. Yeah, our top today was 41,715. Maybe it was 41.8. 41.8 was probably the high on Coinbase. Yeah. Oh my God. Actually, I think we might even have touched 42K. Yeah. So yeah, I think we did. We got rejected off of $42,000. Like I said, I think 37K would be the worst case scenario for Bitcoin. I don't see us going below that. But we definitely have some very good support and a local low at 36.3 as well. So. I mean, that's all I got. If you guys have any requests, let me know. Otherwise, Chiliz. Okay. I didn't spell that right. Chiliz. Which is on Binance. Chiliz is on Binance. All right, so we looked at this. This is on the daily time frame. I think I said there's resistance at 20 cents. I think so. Yep, and you're trying to break through that right now. If you break through 20 cents, 25 cents would be next. Let me go to the 3-day chart. Zoom out a little bit. So, with your last move down, I'm going to go back to the daily chart. With your last move down, yeah, so the last local low, I'm using the fibs from 17 cents because that's where you bottomed even without using the wicks. I'm going to delete this fib and we might just restart because I feel like that's outdated. All right, so from the top was 60 cents and the bottom was basically 17 cents. Without using the wicks, so the top was actually 56 cents and the bottom was 17 cents. So that would mean your next target to the upside is the 236 fib up here at 27 cents. Also, I had a resistance at 25.34, so that's kind of where it's looking like we're headed. Actually, on the daily time frame, the Gonfans are bullish, which is extremely bullish. When the Gonfans can update to being bullish on such a big time frame, it usually means the bottom is definitely in and you're going to have a nice move up. So Chiliz looks like an absolute gem right now, especially when Bitcoin's about to correct. This looks like it would be a good hedge against the market. 1 hour chart actually is showing that you could be going down, so just be careful. But the daily time frame for a long-term swing trade looks really good. You are right at resistance, though, so be careful. 20 cents is resistance, so if you don't get above 20 cents, which you're barely above now, you could go back down to that local low around 16 or 17 cents, and 25 cents is the next resistance. So big time frames look good, but the 1 hour chart doesn't look so juicy. But 2 hour chart and higher look good. RSI is overbought right now on the 2 hour charts though, so it still might not be the best time to get in, even if you are playing the 2 hour chart. The RSI is currently at 70. If I go to the daily time frame, let me see what that looks like on the RSI. The RSI is at 44, so that's pretty much neutral on the daily chart. If I go to the 1 hour chart, the RSI is up there at 76. So overbought on the bigger time frame, smaller time frames. Bigger time frames still look okay, but I would wait probably till I don't know what price, but I would wait for the RSI to go back down to 40 or 30 on the 1 hour chart before you get in. So that probably means we're probably not going to hold 20 cents, especially if Bitcoin's going down. My guess is you actually do revisit 17 cents before a move higher. But daily chart still looks really bullish on CHZ or Chili's. So I would expect, like I said, your local low was 15.86. Maybe a double bottom there for a worst case scenario around 15 or 16 cents or 15.86. I don't see you making a new lower low unless Bitcoin doesn't hold 37K. But since we're overbought on the RSI, I would think that 15.86 is still on the table for a double bottom or something like that. But daily time frame looks really bullish. Just probably don't want to get in just yet into Chili's. All right, so big time frames look good. Small time frames probably need some sort of pullback on CHZ. Okay. We're on a bull run, no bull trap, no LOL. We know nothing. What do you think? I think we're still in a bull run. I think it's an extended cycle, so I still think that we're in a bull run. Yeah. So I think this is gonna be like the crypto cycles are lengthening in as far as bull runs and bear markets go. I think it's going to be more mature like the stock market, where the stock market maybe every 5 to 10 years has a bear market. Maybe I should say every 7 to 10 years has a bear market, like a recession or something. And I think that's kind of what crypto is going to do. I don't think we're there yet, but I do think maybe the cycles are lengthening to some extent. So we're going to take longer to go up, and we probably won't have 80% corrections, at least on Bitcoin. Altcoins still will, but I think we're in a lengthening cycle. I still think Bitcoin makes a new all-time high this year to 100K. I don't think we have 300K this year, but I think 100 to 104K is on the table. 140K was always my target last year. Now I'll say this. If Bitcoin doesn't get above $100,000 by the end of this year, then I think we're probably in a bear market. But I don't see us going below worst case scenario $20,000. I just don't see that. I don't even know if we go close to 20 grand, but I definitely don't see us going below 20 grand. So XLM is the same damn hole as Zero. Yeah, XLM has not done much recently. Like last 6 months, it hasn't done anything. It was at like what 70 cents in the summertime, and since then it's been in the gutter. What's it at? It's at 21 cents. And it also looks like on the 1 hour time frame it's topped out. So I would expect you to fall back below 20 cents. There's a major local low at 19 cents, so I doubt you go below that unless Bitcoin doesn't hold 37K. But XLM looks really bad right now. And you had a local low also at 17 cents. So I don't know. It's hard to say. You definitely have some very good support at 18 or 19 cents. I would say, probably more support there. I am looking at the 1 hour time frame though, so just be aware of that. And you had another local low at 17.23. So 19 cents is your next support, and 17.23 is your next support below that. So yeah, but XLM looks really bad right now, and CRO is at 43 cents. Zero hasn't done much recently either. You had a major local low, which you have support down there at 33 cents. And since you were at that low point, you have been making higher highs and higher lows. Although recently, unless you get above 45 cents, you won't make a higher high. So it needs to keep going up a little bit higher. Otherwise, the uptrend is pretty much over for CRO. Algo is stuck too. Well, I think everything was probably going sideways because Bitcoin was pumping. Maybe now if Bitcoin goes sideways, altcoins can catch up. But Algo's at $1. Algo looks better than, well, not really. If you want to make a higher high, you have to get above $1.03, and that's also where you have resistance. So $1.04 or $1.05 is major resistance on Algo. So if you don't get above that, you could probably say the uptrend is over. You have probably another day to get above $1.05. If you don't, I would probably say the uptrend is over short term. Appreciate the follow. Thoughts on METIS? I don't know anything about that, but I will look at the chart. METIS. Is it on like Uniswap or something? Because the charts I have don't work. I'll look on dextools. I mean, the charts I have no volume. Yup, it's on dextools. Okay. It's loading. So is it at $135? If it is, let me know. And I'll look at it. The volume is at 9 million. Okay. That's actually really, really good for dextools if this is the right coin. Let me go to the daily chart. Okay, yes, that is right. Okay, so $135 is the price of this coin right now. That's extremely good volume for being on dextools and Uniswap and wherever else it is. You do have major resistance without using the wicks at $300. You did have a wick all the way up to $350 almost. And I'm using the dextools chart, so it might be a little bit different on other exchanges. And you did have a major local low at $44. So that's looking pretty. So $44 is major support. We're a long ways away from that now. It also looks like on the daily time frame that you had a small bounce as of recently at $107. You had a wick down to 98, so you could maybe call that $100 as support. And then I'm going to use the fib retracement and see where we could be going from here. If I can find it. Alright, so basically, the fibs, I'm using the fibs from the last local high without using the wicks, which would put the top fib around $290, $292, and the most recent low was $100, and I'm using it basically from $105. If you guys want to see the charts, I am on YouTube, Crypto Boss Andrew. That's where you can see the charts. But $107 is the low where I'm using the fibs, and $290, $295 was the high. So with that being said, the 236 fib is currently at $135, which is where we are. I think that's where we are now. No. Hold on. The 236 fib is at 130. No, the 236, that's why I'm confused. The price is $135. The 236 fib is at $150. That's your next target to the upside. Above that, the .382 fib is currently at $175. The .5 fib, which I don't think has any weight, and the .618. If you close the daily candle above the 618, I think that confirms a new all-time high. And the 618 is currently at $220. If we want targets to the downside, let's see where that would be looking. Your next downside target would be, that's not accurate. Well, I think the next downside target would be $42, $106, and then $43 would be the next downward target. But I don't see that happening. So. Yep, and I don't see anything below $100 happening unless Bitcoin loses $30,000. So, yep. Alrighty. And CRO, I think we just looked at CRO. I'll go more analysis on that. Like I said, CRO, I think it looks I don't think it looks very good right now. Let me go to the daily chart. So you get the major bounce point a few days ago. Well, the major bounce was 2 weeks ago, the 26th of January. Wait. Yeah, that was a month and a half ago, right? No, it was 2 weeks ago. Not even 2 weeks ago. So you have the 236 fib up here at 49 cents. That's your next resistance. Otherwise, it's just kind of sideways chop. You could kind of say that you're in this uptrend, I suppose. But overall, I would say this doesn't look excellent, but that is definitely an uptrend. But I would say that if you lose, as of right now, if you lose 40 cents, this uptrend is definitely invalidated. Let me look at the 6-hour chart. 6-hour chart is looking really good according to the God fans. And also the MACD is already bullish on the 6-hour chart. 12-hour chart needs to correct. Daily chart probably needs to correct. 3-day chart doesn't have enough data. How's the RSI looking on the 6-hour chart? Let's go back to look at that. RSI is currently at 57, so that probably has a little more room to correct. I would say 40 cents is probably at least the target right now, especially Bitcoin's going back down to 40K or a little bit lower. The 12-hour chart on the RSI is at 54, and the daily chart is at 50. I would say that CRO is probably going to revisit 40 cents at least as Bitcoin corrects a little bit. That's kind of where I see this going. I don't really see you making a new low below 32 cents or below 33 cents unless Bitcoin loses $30,000. And I don't see us going below 37K. And if we do, that's extremely bearish in my opinion, especially if we close the daily candle below $37,000. So that's CRO. Appreciate it, Frankie. All right, so with that being said, that's about all I got. Thanks, guys, for joining. I will be live Monday, 8 p.m. Central Time, and hopefully Bitcoin can stay above 37K. I do think there's probably going to be a correction into the weekend. 37K is what I'm expecting. I don't see us going lower than that, but that's what I'm expecting. And then I would want to see a strong bounce off of 37K and then maybe a higher high up to 44K or something like that. That's kind of what I'm expecting for the next 7 days for crypto. Appreciate the follow. So that's all I got, and I'll see you guys Monday. Until then, trade safe, and hopefully you all have a safe weekend.